A data structure is actually the way of organizing, managing, and storing data in such a way that it can be accessed and modified very efficiently. So, what are the basic importance of a data structure? It will help you to organize the data logically. It can improve the efficiency of the algorithm, and it is very much essential for solving some complex problems. Let's take a real life example where imagine we have a library where books are kept randomly. So finding a specific book would be very difficult because it is very randomly available. Now, if those books have been arranged in an alphabetical order, in a structured manner, I can say, so then it is very easy to find a particular book. So, the way of organizing the data in a particular structure is nothing but your data structure. And in Python, there are so many built-in data structures, or we mostly say the collections are available, and they are list, tuple, set, and your dictionary. So these are the four very specific kind of data structures which are pretty much useful in terms of your Python. So your list data structure is the one which is going to store the elements in an ordered collection of values, which can be of any data type, including strings, integers, floats, and any other list is also possible. So what are the basic characteristics of Python lists are? It is ordered, which means whichever order we have inserted or added the elements into the list, they will be maintained throughout. It is indexable. I mean, each and every element of list can be addressed by taking the help of an unique integer value that is called nothing but index, which can be either positive, it can also be negative. Mutable list can be modified according after you create the list. I mean, you can add some new elements, you can remove some existing elements. So you can make changes to the existing or the original list which would have been created at the beginning. Now it is dynamic because of the addition and deletion of the items or elements from the list, it becomes dynamic because it can grow if at all you start adding the elements, and it can be shrinking if at all you are trying to remove the elements from it. Heterogeneous. So mostly list is compared with the arrays of other programming languages, but the most difference is that in case of arrays in other languages, it is a collection of homogeneous elements or similar kind of elements. But when it comes to your list is mostly heterogeneous. I mean, you can store a collection of items where one item could be of integer, one item could be a float, one could be a boolean. So any kind of heterogeneous or different data types can be stored into it. Now, how exactly we create list in Python? There are two ways to do that. The very first one is you can take the help of a square bracket. Let's say here I'm writing some my underscore list equal to, within this square bracket, we are writing the list of items here. Though I have taken all integer here, but we are allowed to take any combination here, okay? And this square bracket is going to indicate that these group of items are stored in a list. Now, the other way to create the list is you can call a predefined function. The name is list, and list within that you specify whatever elements or items you want to make it as a part of a list. So either this or this, any of the two ways you can use whenever you want to create a list. The second category of data structure is your tuple, and tuple is a data structure that is again ordered. It is immutable, unlike your list, okay, where you can make necessary changes by adding and removing elements. So in tuple you cannot modify the original one, so it is immutable collection of values, and once again which can be of any data. I mean, you can keep strings, integers, floats, any other tuples also you can include inside that. Now, the coming to the characteristics once again, like ordered, like your list, tuple is also ordered, means the order in which the elements are added or inserted, they will maintain throughout. And immutable. So this is a very specific characteristics as compared to your list, because list is mutable. whereas tuple is immutable. I mean, after creating the tuple, you cannot add or remove elements. As a result, you cannot change it at all. Now, indexable. Tuples, whatever elements you have kept, everything can be identified by using an integer index, which may start from 0. Heterogeneous, once again, just like your list, tuple is also going to contain elements of different data types like your strings, integers, floats, etc. Now coming to how exactly we create a tuple here. So the first method is you can take the help of this parenthesis. Using this parenthesis, like you can see, these elements we have kept within this parenthesis. Now this parenthesis is an identification of your tuple. Okay. So here I can say we have created one tuple with the name my underscore tuple having 5 elements. Though I have kept only integer values here, we can also keep a group of values of different data types. Now the second one is by using a function, that is predefined function with the name called tuple. Now you are going to call tuple, and inside this bracket I am going to write some list of items. You can see here I am using a square bracket here. This is nothing but a list. So we can specify a list of items which are enclosed within a parenthesis. So this is another way of creating a tuple. Now there is one more concept, though when we get into the operations of tuples we will talk about this, but for the time being there is a concept like tuple packing. So if you can take a variable and you just keep on separating the values by comma, then this also going to form a tuple. So either of these three we can use whenever we want to create one tuple in Python. So set is another data structure which is an unordered collection. So when I say unordered collection, the order is not maintained. I mean, initially while I'm creating the set, wherever the elements are, after addition of some new element or removal of some existing element, the order may keep on changing. And most importantly, this set is going to carry unique elements. I mean, there will be no duplicate elements allowed. And it can once again can be of any data type. I mean, it is heterogeneous. We can take the strings or my integers or float or any tuples, anything you can take. Now coming to the basic characteristics of Python, I mean the Python set, it is unordered. Like we said already, no order is maintained. Whenever you add the elements, we do not guarantee where exactly the element is being placed. Unindexed. So unlike your list and tuple where we are able to use the index to find out a position of an element or to access an element, now in set we cannot use an index because the order is not fixed. It is an unordered. Whereas your list and tuple were your ordered collection of items. Now it is also mutable. I mean, we can modify the set after creation. I mean, you can add some new elements. You can also remove existing elements out of it. And most importantly, like we have said already, it is going to contain unique elements. So it is not going to allow you to put or add some duplicate values. So if already one element is there, if you try to add the same element once again, it is not going to allow because it is going to eliminate the duplicates. Now, there are three different ways how you can create the set. The very first one is we can take the help of a function, predefined function, that is called set function, where you can pass on a list of items. Like this is the set function where we are passing a list, that is some elements, and here my set is the set we created here. Now the second way is by using a pair of curly braces. So we can keep the elements within a pair of curly braces to create a set. And there is one concept which we will be reading in detail later in operations of set, that is nothing but called set comprehension. So where we can take the help of something of this format, x for x in range of 1, 6. We know that the range is going to produce the set of sequence of elements, that is starting from 1 it goes up to 6 minus 1, that is 5. So 1 2 3 4 5. By taking these 5 values, one set is created whose name is X. So dictionary is another data structure or collection which is mostly called as hash table, because unlike in the previous data structures list, tuple and set, here we will see that each item will be in the form of a pair, which is nothing but called as your key value pair. And it is once again a mutable data structure. We can make changes whenever we need it, and that will be effective. Now coming to the basic characteristics of Python dictionary. Unordered, just like your set, dictionaries also do not maintain any order in which the key value pairs are added to it. So it is always the element is in the form of key value pair. Okay, so where each key is going to be unique and it maps to a specific value, and key and this value has been separated with the help of a colon. So this is your key, this is your value. So this is going to be one item or element of your dictionary. Now it is mutable, like we can modify it after the creation, allowing the key value pairs to be added or removed. We can also change the existing key value pairs. And hash table keys. Dictionary keys must be hashable, because here we are going to hold unique key values, which means we can hash it. Hashing is actually one of the concept of searching, like your linear search, binary search. Hashing also one kind of searching technique. So dictionary is helpful in terms of your hashing. Now it can allow any data type values, like it is heterogeneous. Your key and your value can be of any string or integer, float. Okay, so because there are two parts here, this key can take up integer, float, boolean. Similarly, the value can also take float, boolean, integer, string. So any combination is possible. Now, how do we create a dictionary? So we can use the same curly braces like we have used earlier in your creation of set. But here things are little different, because here each item is a combination of two things. One is your key, other one is your value. So in this context, this item is the one which is carrying two parts separated by a colon. So this is your key and this is your value. Similarly, the second item is, this is your key and this is the value. So here we could create a dictionary having two items, where each item is a key value pair. Now the other way is by using the dict function, which you can call dict, and where you can specify two variables, like here name equal to John, comma age equal to 30. So in this case, the first item will be, your name is going to be your key value, and your age is going to be the value of it. So this is going to be the item using which your dictionary is created. So now my underscore dict will look like one item where the first key is holding John and the column followed by what is the value of it, that is 30. So this John is a string, whereas this 30, which is a value of integer type. Now dictionary comparison is another technique which again we will read in detail. So once again, what we are doing here, let's say we took a range function producing 1 to 5, and here we are just going for x to the power 2. This is nothing but x to the power 2. So for each x we are going to take value of that. For 1, the key, the corresponding value is 1 square, that is 1. And for the second one, the key is 2. 2 to the power 2 is your value, that is your 4. Like that we are going to create a set of elements for this dictionary.